Hey YouTube, it's Adam from I'm a Music Mogul, and welcome to another remake video. Today, I'm going to show you how I put together Post Malone's track, Congratulations, using nothing but stock sounds and plugins. Been getting a lot of requests for this one, so let's just jump right into it. We're going to start off at the intro with our bassy synth sound. So for this sound, I've used Logic's ES2 synthesizer. Essentially just cut out some of the highs and some of the lows and added in a whole bunch of reverb. And that's going to be the theme, is a whole bunch of reverb for this track. Also got a quick automation here, that just a panning automation. Song starts at the right channel and it ends up at the center point of the channel. For the next track that we have for the intro, it's just a little drum section with some claps, hats, and open hats. The highs are also filtered out on that one, and that also gets automated as the intro plays. The highs come back into play. And then at the end of this intro part, we also get a nice hey or hey. And for that hey, also remember the trend of this video, whole bunch of reverb. This track is just full of reverb, drenched in it. All right, so this is our intro, how it sounds with all those elements together. Alright, so let's move on to our next section. In this part, we get introduced to the sounds that make this track so good, or at least in my opinion. And that first sound is an organ. Now what I've used here was Logic's Vintage B3 organ emulation plugin, and added distortion, EQ'd out some of the lows, and once again, whole bunch of reverb. Now the second sound that makes this song so good is a flute, and here it is right here. Now I've used Logic's EXS24, the flute solo preset, just added in some glide so the notes can glide into each other. Played around with the ADSR to get it sounding like the one in the track, added in some distortion, and you got it, a whole bunch of reverb. Now with those three we get this. Then I add in an effect here, just a stomp or a gunshot. And because this kind of took up a lot of the higher spectrum on the frequency, I've added in a bass line so it kind of fills out our low end. Now for our bass, I use my favorite preset to use in Logic, and it's my preset that I've created for myself, the 808 preset. And instead of making it sound like an 808, I sort of made it sound like a low end bass line. Or sorry, a low frequency bass line. It just fills out that low end that we need for that section. Next, let's go ahead over to the next section, and we have our brassy synth. Our bassy synth, we have the organ, the flute, and then of course we get into our drum elements. Now this is the only thing that I use, outsource these elements. They're not stock Logic sounds, they came from my library, but you're going to get them anyways once you download this session. So the first thing we added in was kick. I added in a clap. got ourselves a snare. That open hat. The hi-hats. And finally an 808. Now for the 808, you've guessed it, I used the 808 preset in ES2, and that put together, I'm actually going to put that as a card. So if you want to learn how to make this 808, take a look on the card section. You can find that in the top right hand corner of the video. But for this sound, it fills at our low end, and I just added some distortion within the plugin itself. And we get this. And that's pretty much the sounds for the entire track. You just got to arrange it to spec. Now the only new sound that comes into play here is on this part right here at the end of the verse before the chorus hits. We get this sort of electro bass sound. And once again, I use Logic's ES2 synthesizer to make this sound. ES2 is so versatile. I mean, you could use it in a lot of situations. Once you get to learn how to use it, it's just a very robust plugin, and it's actually my favorite plugin to use. Of course, all the sounds just get replicated and sort of looped throughout the track. So what I did here was did a quick arrangement of the track. Now it's not the entire arrangement, but it's at least the first part of the track. So sit back, take a listen, and here is everything, what it sounds like put together. So that is Post Malone's track, Congratulations, remade in Logic using nothing but stock sounds and stock plugins, minus the third-party drum samples, but you get those anyways. For you Logic users out there, I'm going to go ahead and save this entire session for you guys and place that as a link in the description box below. For you non-Logic users out there, I am going to go ahead and export all these MIDI stems for you, and I'm going to save a sample pack as well, so you have the drum kits and this hay sample here and the gunshot, the effects, All the samples that you hear here will be in a nice play pack along with MIDI stems, so you guys can load that into your own DAW of choice and create the song for yourself. If you do have any questions on this, you can ask me in the comment section below. And for more great videos like this one, remember to hit that subscribe button, and I'll talk to you all in the next one. Talk to y'all soon. Later.